What's up, YouTube? You know what time it is. It's MightyFan time, and I'm coming to you with another pickup video. And, since my last pickup video, I've added some hats, and I just added a new jersey. So I'm real excited about this one, too. This was one that I first found out about, I think it was earlier in the year, by our good friend RM Forever. It took me a while to get it, but I finally got it, and I'm so stoked about it because it's one of my all-time favorite designs in an NBA jersey, and I just really like it. So, I got my 96-97 Mitchell & Ness Alonzo Mourning jersey going on right here. I am sporting it. we go from rocking to sporting. I don't know. But anyhow, let's get to the jersey first, then we'll get to the hats. Okay, so this jersey, like I said, RM Forever told me about earlier in the year, and it took me a while to get. At the time, the only place it was available was on the Miami Heat online store for their stadium shop, the U.S. Airways, I guess, stadium shop. But over some time, this particular one made the rounds on some other online stores, and I actually got this on Amazon. I love Amazon, so it's been a great site for me to continue to get the Swingman jerseys that I'm a fan of. As well as Mitchell & Ness, I will rock the Swingman jerseys. I said rock. See, I'm too used to it. I will sport the Swingman jerseys, and this one is one of them. This is probably a jersey that Mitchell & Ness will make at some point, I'm guessing, because they made these this year, and I'm sure we're not too far away from them making this one, which is the alternate red from the same era. And this one is actually representing the 96-97 season also, although it doesn't have the gold NBA logo because it is the Swingman version, but still a very sweet jersey. There's the jock tag. And, of course, it's Tim Hardaway. This jersey is the reason why I did not get the black Miami Heat Tim Hardaway Mitchell & Ness jersey. This is the reason. Because of all the Tim Hardaway Heat jerseys that he wore when he was with the Heat, this is my favorite one. This is my absolute favorite Tim Hardaway jersey when he was with the Heat. Absolute favorite. I know the Heat wore these this past season as an alternate during the Hardwood Classic nights, because all the teams were representing the 90s, which is awesome. And but of course, this is representing the original one back in the 90s. And I have Tim Hardaway's Mitchell & Ness Warriors jersey, and I have the Adidas Soul Swingman Miami Heat alternate red. And I just, again, this is one of my all-time favorite jerseys in the NBA. The red alternate Heat jerseys with that Heat and the big drop shadow white there. That's just really cool. And of course, it's generically done because it is a Swingman, but it's just still all sorts of cool. Hardaway 10 on the back. There it is. Definitely recommend getting this jersey in your collection. They're getting harder to find, but if you get a chance to get, I got the last one on Amazon in my size. And in fact, normally I would get a 2X, but I had to go with the XL. I can still wear an XL in these. I would prefer a 2X, but I'll go with the XL in this one. I'll make the exception. Because I've always wanted this Tim Hardaway Heat jersey, the red. Just everything pops on it. It's awesome. Really love it. It's swag factor. Heat Mitchell & Ness hat. Snapback. Although I do want to get a red Heat hat at some point to go with this a little better, but there you go. Tim Hardaway 96-97 Miami Heat, and of course it has the stripes going down the side and the one side too. So now my Miami Heat collection is complete for the older Heat jerseys. Of course, I have this Alonzo Mourning Mitchell & Ness made, and I have the Tim Hardaway, and I have the home white Glenn Rice, all from that same kind of era, 90s, for the Heat. So the Heat trifecta is in the fold for MightyFan. Took a little while for me to get this one, but I finally got it. I'm so happy to get it. Thank you, Amazon. And thank you to RM Forever, too, for telling me about these jerseys earlier in the year. And I didn't forget that, and I told you back then I will be getting one, and here it is. Took a little while, but I finally got one. definitely a sweet addition to the collection right there. But anyhow, we also got some hats, of course. Mighty Fans always looking for the hats too. And this one in particular, I was so happy to get, because you know me, it's all about the swag factor for the hat jersey combo, and I go to great lengths to find the hat to go with the jersey. You know, it's like A-Rock said in his most recent video about the jacket, the hat, the jersey. You go to great lengths to put it together, and it's absolutely true. And it can be, believe me or not, it can be very difficult. In fact, even more tricky to find hats to go with the certain jersey than the jersey itself. Believe it or not, this is actually true. Case in point, this jersey that I'm going to show you. This I've had since last year on Black Friday. This is one of my favorite jerseys in my collection. It's the Big Buck Ray Allen Mitchell & Ness. Love this jersey, but it took me so long to finally get the hat to go with it for the swag factor. You know, and I was just so disappointed. You know, I'm like, I got to get the hat for this. You know, it's one of my absolute favorite jerseys. I got to get the hat with it. So I saw this on eBay, and I couldn't hit that buy now button quick enough because it goes perfect with it. And it's the Milwaukee Bucks older style logo, same colors. There it is. The Bucks on the back. Go right there. Boom. Yeah. Believe it or not, in the Northeast, you don't see too many Milwaukee Bucks stuff for hats. So it was like really hard for me to find the hat to go with this jersey. And a lot of the Bucks hats that you'll see in this area are the old school ones, the one with like the cartoon, Buck on there with the ball. And that's a great logo. I'm not hating on that old logo, but it really doesn't go with this jersey. And now Mitchell & Ness made this jersey. They made the shoot-around jacket to go with this jersey, and they never made a hat for it. So I'm like, wait a minute. Right? I'm like, wait a minute. You keep making the older logo Bucks hat, but what about this one? This goes with the jersey. Come on, Mitchell & Ness. Haven't you watched my videos? It's all about the jersey hat combo. I might get that jacket too, because that's a nice jacket. I like that. I may have to do the A-Rock for this jersey and hat. I may have to get that shoot-around jacket to go with it. That's a nice jacket. But but yes, it took me so long to find the hat to go with this. And so thank you, eBay. I was finally able to get one. And yes, I did my little Mighty Fan when I got it too. So yeah. And speaking of hats that go with jerseys, I have some Steelers jerseys. I know that Throwback King is a big Raiders fan. We have a lot of Raiders fans in our community here, and I apologize to you guys, but living in Pennsylvania, I'm a big Eagles fan. That's my number one team in all of the National Football League. But my favorite AFC team is the Steelers. Hey, they did beat Dallas a couple times in the Super Bowl back in the day, so any team that can do that's all right with me. Being a big Eagles fan, I'm not fond of Dallas. So here we go with the Steelers. Snapback, Mitchell & Ness. I've always been a fan of these style hats too, with the scripted letters for the team. I've always liked them, and it has the logo on the side. And of course, Mitchell & Ness. Tags are still on there because I haven't worn it yet. I always take the tags off the hat before I wear them. That's just me. With me, it's never fashion statements. It's just I'm going to wear it. In fact, it's funny because I was watching the news the other day, or a bit of it, and one of the stories there was about fashion. And they were going about the do's and don'ts. And of course, what do they say about men? If you're 25 years and older, you shouldn't wear jerseys unless you're at a sporting event. And I'm like, yeah, right. That's going to ever happen with me and the rest of the jersey heads, right? I'll be 90 years old, I'll still be wearing one of these, okay? In fact, me wearing this in this video is basically flipping off that study. Saying, I don't care about fashion. You know what the deal with fashion is? You have to keep getting a new wardrobe every month, okay? So it's actually less pricey to buy these jerseys and the hats and the jackets and the kicks and whatever to go with them than being caught up in what the latest fashion trends are. Because they last for like a month. And some of those fashion trends, I can kind of see why, because they suck. Okay? But This, to me, and to the real jersey heads out there, this never goes out of style. This is what we do. And I'm sure with the way things get right, rewrapped, right? The jerseys will come back again someday, right? And everyone's gonna be wearing them again and everything. It's not about style with us. It's about love. This is what we do. So I don't need those fashionistas to tell me what's good and what's not. Because to me, this is what. If I'm going to wear it, I want to be happy in it. And I'm not happy in some of those other clothes. But anyhow, I just thought it was funny. I saw that and I'm like, well, that figures. Any single time they do one of these, one of these real big fashion experts get up there and speak, they always say about the men, don't wear jerseys. And, yeah, well, this is me flipping you off. So, anyhow, I just wanted to say that. Hey, to people who keep up with fashion, look, more power to you. But don't come shaking down my tree, all right? Because I don't go shaking down yours. You can wear your fancy shirts and whatever. Just let me wear this. Leave me be. Anyhow, I know. I get off on a little tangent there, but it just bothers me sometimes, Anyhow, let's get on to the rest of the pickups here. Speaking of do's and don'ts, so a couple weeks ago, the Wells Fargo Center had their annual sale, and when they have the sale, they put a lot of Phillies and Sixers and Flyers. There wasn't too much Flyers this year, but some of the teams. Well, the Phillies don't play there, but the Wells Fargo Center is home to the Flyers and the Sixers, and of course, then there's Citizens Bank Park, home of the Phillies, and then there's Lincoln Financial Field, home of the Eagles. That's in Philly, of course. Different cities have their different venues, but in Philly, that's ours. And then we got Xfinity Live there too. Great place to watch some games and have a good time with friends. But it's all part of the sports complex in Philly, and this was part of the sale. Now they over the years, I've gotten some pretty good stuff, really cheap too. They have this annual sale. It's always in the summer, and this year I didn't even know about till the day of. So I went down there. It was like a Saturday morning. I went down there, and selection always varies year to year. But it's a lot of stuff, a lot of clearance items they just want to move and get rid of. So, they have this big sale on the floor, actually on the floor of where like the Sixers would play or the Flyers at the Wells Fargo Center. And so this year they had Phillies, Sixers, some Flyers, and then they had some Philadelphia Wings paraphernalia. And the Wings is the indoor lacrosse team that plays in Philly. So in the Wells Fargo Center. So I got some Phillies hats because you can never have too many of those, even in the down season. So I got that one. This is a 47 brand, which is a pretty good brand too of hat. And these are New Era, and these are really cheap. These are like $7, I think. More of a style hat, but there it is, fitted New Era. Shout out to Hometown Fizz. And all the hat heads out there. I'm a hat head too. So. More current logo right there. There you go. And this one is such a comfortable hat. Probably one of my more comfortable Phillies hats right now. The old colors too, so there you go. And like I said, they had some Sixers stuff. They had Andrew Bynum jerseys for $15. Even that's too much. Now, if it was an authentic jersey, I may have gotten it to have it stripped into another player, maybe New Orleans, Noel, or Williams, or one of the new Sixers. But yeah, they were the generic, replica ones. I'm like, it's okay. I have seen authentic jerseys there, years ago. They had authentic Kyle Korver Sixer jerseys. But there's the Sixers hat there from Adidas. It was actually a draft day hat years ago. Which actually, I had the red version of it. I still do have the red version of this particular style. And the red one was the one they actually wore, I believe, the new draftees on draft night, but this was another one they made, I think later in the year or whatever. This is like 3 years ago or whatever. And I got this one, which is the more of a floppy Adidas fitted Sixers logo. Yes, not all of us can be fans of teams that win all the time. Don't let the Heat jersey fool you. I am a Sixer fan, first and foremost, as Throwback King is too. And we've been suffering for a decent amount of years, so hopefully these young players can pan out this season. Hopefully the Sixers can get lucky enough to get the #1 pick next season for Wiggins and, help us even more. It's been a long time coming, so hopefully, us Sixer fans can have something to root for again soon. And here's the Wings. This is the indoor lacrosse team we have here in Philly, which actually has been a pretty successful team over the years. They've won some championships and they've had some success, and they have a very loyal fan base. Anyone who's a Wings fan that I know is like diehard. They go to games and they tailgate and they do all that stuff. So I've never been to a game, but I want to go somewhere to a Wings game just to see what it's like. So I have a hat to go with it if I ever do. So that's going to do it for my pickups. Like I said, I got some hats. I got that jersey, that Tim Hardaway Heat jersey. Real happy that I got that one. Like I said, when I found out they were making it, I'm like, yeah. That's why I didn't get his Mitchell & Ness Heat jersey. I wanted that red one. And I already have the Mitchell & Ness Warriors Tim Hardaway jersey, the home white one that they made years ago. So, anyhow, as I always say, a big shout outs to all of you guys, my fellow Jersey heads out there, all the groups on Facebook. Big shout outs to all of you guys. All my subscribers, of course. Big shout outs to all of you guys. I make these videos because it brings a lot of joy to me, and this community brings a lot of joy to me. So I'm gonna keep doing this. There's no stopping this. In fact, I have some big plans for the holidays coming up. Big plans. So you want to keep tuned to my channel, anytime, but certainly on the holidays. I definitely will have some more, pickups. Then I'm looking forward to that. And so yeah, as I always say, big shout outs to all of you guys. I'm glad to see you guys making your videos and doing well, both here and on the Facebook pages. And great to see that community going and growing. And let's keep it up. So big shout outs to all of you, family, friends, fellow DeviantArt members, anyone I'm forgetting. Big shout outs to all of you. And this is MightyFan saying peace. I will see you in that next video. Okay, bye.